Hey everyone, I'm Pacific the Casual Gamer, and welcome back to another video. Now in this video, I'd like to tell you guys how to start an amateur siege team, right? And what I mean by amateur or just a normal siege team is just how do you get together a team of people to play siege, and maybe you want to do more than just stomp people in ranked, right? Or maybe you just want a ranked squad. Whatever the case may be, I hope this video is going to help you and give you kind of a guide on how to do that. Now, before we start this video, understand that you are going to meet people that you don't like, and you're going to have to handle those situations. The best thing that you can do in a situation, if you don't know how to let someone down gracefully, tell someone no, is literally just kick and ban, or kick and mute and ban them, right? It sucks to do that to someone, not be like, hey, I'm sorry, we don't like playing with you. It's not, instead just axe them, right? That is going to be the simplest way for you to deal with these situations where you have a teammate that you don't want to play with. So, what do you use to start a team? Well, first of all, what I would recommend doing is ask any of your friends at the start if they want to take it seriously. Most likely, none of your friends are going to want to, right? It's very simple. Maybe, me, I think I'd probably played Siege with, 10 different friends of mine, and there was only one of them for a brief period of time, one or two of them that really wanted to do, quote, competitive Siege, and that was when we were trying to just get better at the game. So, overall, your friends aren't going to be there. What instead I would recommend you doing is, first of all, really easy, go on Twitter and just tweet out, I'm looking for a Siege team, I'm this kind of player, I'm looking for this kind of team, I'm this rank, right? So, for example, let's say you're just starting out, you're like, I am a flex on attack, and I'm a roamer on defense. My rank is gold 3, and I'm looking for a team that is new and wants to figure out how to play competitive Siege. That's a good tweet. And people do search for these things, right? Because if you go on Twitter, I use this actually all the time to find specific types of people. Is I'll look up, looking for Siege team, and then sort by latest, and then it'll give you a list, and people do find other teams via Twitter, right? You don't need to have 1 million followers for people to see your message. The other thing that I do, which is much more effective actually, is if you go on Discord, there is a Rainbow Six Siege Discord, and there's looking for teams looking for player servers where you can just post your whole spiel about, what rank you are, what kind of people you're looking for, what you care about, and stuff like that. And if you're in charge of a team, you can write down your team values, right? This is how I found pretty much all of my players that we play with currently, all the people that I like to play with. And there's a couple of them that they also use these servers, and they also had buddies from other teams that they bring on. So eventually, let's say you need a 6th guy, a sub or something, and your player that you really like playing with knows a guy, right? And boom, the networking effect happens, and that's kind of how you start your Siege team. Now, I highly recommend using Discord. I don't think I've ever seen a more effective tool of starting a gaming team in general, even like a team of video editors or workers, and just make a server that's your team name, give it a voice chat, maybe a welcome page or something. What we do for my team is I have a general chat, I got a schedule, I got upcoming matches. We barely use those because we're all on the same page, but if you ever need to use those, that's a great place to do it. And you got a voice chat, and everyone can be on the server. You can ping each other, you can talk with each other. Discord's great because you can share screenshots, live stream your screen to other people. And when you learn how to use all these tools, it makes it way more effective to share strategies and talk with each other, right? A great example is after you start your Siege team, if someone has a strat idea, you can write it out and share your screen so that you don't have to take pictures of it, send it to people, rewrite it, send it. It makes the process way easier. And that's honestly how you start a Siege team. Now, how you go about recruiting people, right, what you look for in them is totally up to you. But I'm going to tell you this. Team chemistry is something that is more important anytime, in my opinion, than short-term performance. Now, what do I mean by short-term performance, right? Let's say you're going to recruit someone, and you're recruiting them based on you play a scrim, and you win or lose that scrim. If you win, they're part of the team. If you lose, they're not on the team. that's a bad way of recruiting, because that's one match, one time with that one player. They probably haven't even been introduced to the rest of the team. They don't know how you play. You haven't built up a team chemistry, and you don't know how they play. Whereas recruiting people can be a longer term process. You play with someone for a month and, see if there's someone you like. You play with someone, some people, you instantly know if you don't like them. We've had people like that before. Does the team like them? Figure out their quirks. There's some people right off the bat I didn't really feel good about, and I played with them for like 2-3 weeks, and I really, really like them. That's how it is sometimes. And honestly, that's all I got to tell you guys. That's how you start a team. It does take a lot of work. I think in terms of recruiting people, because I was like the main recruiter, that was kind of my job. I spent over 40 hours in terms of like asking people questions and writing things down and making decisions. But that's just me, and honestly, that's how you start a team. That's how you do it. You just do it. Like, at the end of the day, you decide you're going to start a team. You start recruiting people. None of the people that I started with when I started my own team, technically, I treat it as like a shared team. It's not really my team. But when I said I'm going to start a team and I'll be the one recruiting people for it, all the people I recruited I don't play with anymore. Except for one, and he's barely on at this point, because of life and stuff. But yeah, I ran through a bunch of teammates. I'm with a new, better set of teammates because they're really cool to play with. And I know they watch this. They do. It's kind of weird, but that's probably going to happen with you too. A couple of the people that I started playing competitive with back on Xbox when we were all amateurs, like, I don't play with some of them now. Some of them are transitioning to PC, but that's just how it is, And so that's all I got. It's a rambly video, but I hope you guys got some value out of it, and hopefully it sends you off in the right direction. So, I'm Pacific the Casual Gamer. I suck just as bad as you do at video games. If you want to support the channel, there's links to the mice that I used in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next one.